Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to another Transformers video here today. And today we are taking a look at Transformers Legacy Evolution Needlenose. And this guy was actually, I missed out on this guy. I saw him a few times, but it didn't really click in my brain who he was. And this is definitely a more obscure Transformer. And the reason I know this guy is from the IDW comic run, More Than Meets the Eye. 10 out of 10 would recommend those. I read those back when I was a lot younger, probably like 6 or 7 years ago. But I love those comics. It was great Transformers IDW comic, and Needlenose was a premier character in a few of those books. So it's really great to see him now in this Legacy Evolution. And Needlenose, his face is rather iconic, and they got that down pat. But we're going to take a look at that in a second. Top of the box there, they have the statistics and that all on a QR code, so you can scan that if you want to check out his individual stats. But of course, on the side of the box, we've got that real nice logo featuring a lot of the Legacy figures, and then a real nice look at Needlenose on the opposite side. On the back, you see a couple more details about him, how many steps, all this stuff, and it does come with a couple of these little guys down here. We're going to be taking a look at them. Those are Evo Fusion for the weapons. But with that being said, let's get this guy out of the box and give him a look up close. And here is Needlenose in his really solid looking robot mode. And as you can see here, I do have his Minicons, that's what I'm going to call them, tabbed into one, his arm, so it's kind of like an arm gun, and then this one he's just holding in his hand. So you do have some versatility with that. As you can see, there is the peg in the arm that I tabbed him into on this opposite side, and I guess you could probably tab him into up high there as well, but don't think that look is good, so I do have him in just like this. But as you can see here, this is a really good looking robot mode for the Deluxe being what it is. So Needlenose here looks just like, and I do have to say, he looks almost identical to how he appeared in the Robots in Disguise IDW comic line. You could see just how much sculpt work went into this guy, all the way through the upper chest, the arms, all the way down to the legs. There's plenty of really nice sculpt work that goes into this figure, and I really do like the colors they chose as well, with his purple, the light gray, and this darker blue combined with the teal, more of a teal blue as well, just to really shine with those highlights. But this is a Deluxe class, and for what it is, it feels like a very good figure. The transformation is pretty simple, pretty fun, and the robot mode looks good as well. Obviously there's going to be some hollow points there and there on the back of the leg, being the most prominent of them all. But with all things considered, it's a great figure. A more close-up on that head sculpt there, somewhat reminiscent of Optimus Prime even. But the head itself can rotate up and down a little bit, more so down than up. Can't really go up at all. It can go fully left, fully right though. So you can get plenty of movement out of that. The arms, also plenty of movement out of them. You can bring that up, you can rotate this 360. Yeah, I mean, plenty of articulation up in the arms. The waist is not on a swivel joint, so, excuse me. The waist is on a swivel joint, so you can rotate that back and forth. The legs can kick all the way out, and you can see plenty of movement options in the legs there, as well as in the knee. You can bring that all the way up, as that is necessary for the transformation, so you can get some pretty nice poses with this guy. And of course the foot as well. Even though the foot is not on a swivel, it really just does go up and down for the transformation. That does allow for some pretty dynamic poses if you're going to have this guy flying, and you can stick a blast effect into the bottom of his foot there, as you saw earlier with him on the display. So you can get some pretty versatile shots with this guy here. Taking a very super quick look at these guys here, not really anything noteworthy. They are literally just what you're seeing here. You fold out the back flap and you stick the pegs in and they're guns. That's it. There's no point in looking at them like this. So here is Needlenose alengside a fellow Deluxe. This is Studio Series 86 Perceptor. And bringing in another comparison, here is Legacy Jhaxus. A little bit farther behind them, but you can really get a sense of scale difference. And Needlenose, he looks great. What can I say? So just to preface this, transforming this guy from robot to vehicle, I may not do it exactly how the steps go, but easiest way I see fit. So starting off, you're going to take your Needlenose here, you're going to start off by rotating these arms up, and that tab there and the upper arm is going to tab in with the forearm piece here. Tab that right in like so. Do the same thing, rotate this out to the side so the hollow part is facing you. Tab it in like so. We're gonna leave those arms there for now. We're then going to pick off this chest piece just like that. You can fold his head right in. We're gonna lift up here, and then this is literally the most complicated part of the whole thing. You just kind of pull the back piece off. You may have to put a little force into that like so, and you can see the hinge that that's on, and you're gonna hinge it upwards and hook them right back in to his back there. That will then allow you to bring the nose cone down. Not going to do anything with that as of yet. You're going to flip this piece upwards, and then we're going to bring the arms down just like so, where that is going to line up just like that. Bring it down. Make sure those arms are nice and tight in there, and then you can close this right back up, locking the arms into place. Now what you're going to do is rotate the legs inwards, pop down the foot, rotate that directly up, and this empty cavity in the lower leg is going to go right over where the arms are. So just like so. Now, same thing on the opposite side. Rotate it, pop the foot out, rotate it up, encapsulate that just like so. Now, you're going to have to hold this together pretty tightly here. And you see that part right there that sticks out. It's going to tab into the feet here, so the feet stay nice and upwards on here. So you're going to squeeze the feet together and push that up, and boom, it's going to clamp in just like so. Now, the rest of the nose cone pretty much already came down, but it'll be sitting like this, and you literally just go like that, and boom, there is NEEDLENOSE transformed into his Cybertronian, or just transformed into his jet mode. And here is NEEDLENOSE in his super sleek looking jet mode, and I really was super pleasantly surprised with this guy's vehicle mode. As you can see here, it really does look great all the way around. The paint details look fantastic with that really light gray, along with the turquoise blue strips visible on the sides of his legs there, and of course on the top of the jet itself, mixed with that really nice darker blue there, and red for the cockpit, which I think really rounds out to be a very, very good looking jet mode. Rotating this around to the back though, you could see his feet come right up here to where the rear thruster is. There is a peg there for the rear thruster, which you can, I believe, let's try this out, peg in blast effects, which you can, as you can see there. It works perfectly. You peg them right in, fits right in there, and looks great, as all blast effects normally do on figures like this. But really good looking vehicle mode, as you can see. Taking it in for a closer look here, just to show off some of the details. They did a really good job with the sculpt specifically on top of this, just crazy with the details all around the top of the jet, all the way down to the nose cone. You can really just make out all of the different lines and details that went into the sculpt of this guy. And I mean, both modes, they look really good, and it really just surprised me, considering how this is a lesser known character, and definitely a character that wasn't featured much at all in Transformers lore, but they really knocked it out of the ballpark with this jet mode. Now, to get NEEDLENOSE back into his robot mode, first off, you're going to flip him around and detach these leg pieces and just bring those right back down. Bring the feet back out, right back down, bring the feet back out. Then I'd recommend you take the chest piece off, fold those arms right back down and out. Now, the arms can come out like all the way down here, but you want to keep the gray piece leveled straight so that when you pin the chest back in, it's even. So on the back though, you're going to detach this whole section that we brought up and bring it back down. Make sure you tab this back in. Wait till you hear that loud click to know it's really in. You can bring the nose cone back up, which will tab into those two pieces. Make sure that's in there nice and solid. Bring those wings back. Well, don't bring them that far back to pop the whole thing off, but bring those wings back. Bring his head up, of course. And then you bring this top piece down, and make sure again everything is lined up here, because then you can close the chest piece off. It locks into place, and boom, there is NEEDLENOSE all transformed up. So all in all, as you could probably tell, I am very happy with this Deluxe needle nose here, and I really would recommend you could pick him up, or I would really recommend you should pick him up if you're interested. I mean, he's a really good looking figure, even if you're not the biggest fan of the definitely unique looking robot mode. It is a really good looking jet mode regardless, and it cleans up really well, again, I must say, for a Deluxe figure working with what it is. The Minicons, not so much, but they work really well as blasters, as you can see there. But that's really all I have to say about NEEDLENOSE himself as a figure. Let me know what you think of him. Likes, dislikes, anything is appreciated, but let me know in the comments down below. And until next time, peace.